Kept you guys waiting, didn't I? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. ThrashMetalGuru here. Welcome back. I know it's been a while. I've kind of made like maybe one or two videos kind of just addressing some very minor issues in terms of people responding to things of mine over a year or 2 years, whatever the case may be. But you know, I've been more focused on some drama-less related issues and focusing on projects that have really been kind of suited to me, and I'm trying to plan a trip out, so I've been kind of focused a little bit more on personal matters rather than this stuff here. But I'm kind of back because I feel like I need to subjugate myself a little bit here, otherwise I am not doing my job as a YouTube content provider, whether if I'm just ranting or doing anything else like it. Now this interesting fellow right before me is by the name of, sorry, I was about to say Justin, but I was going to say Dustin Nunn. Forgive my stupidity on that end. Where do I even start? Okay, Dustin Nunn. So basically, I came across maybe one video before. This was during the whole UTF debacle thing, and I guess from what I was explained, that this has happened to be some bigoted YouTuber that is just all around YouTube. A lot of people have made responses to this particular individual. A mystery to why, I don't know, but you know what? I just like to say, fuck it. I might as well just pitch in. Now, I actually took a little bit more of a bigger and more observation of this person. For example, the 19 reasons of why Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization, according to his video. But there was a lot of problems with that, which we'll go back over that video. But right now, I just want to focus on this particular topic. Now, I don't know the ordeal between him and the person known on YouTube as Evil Gangster. I guess we'll find out. But I just want to kind of start it off with this and just see where we go from there. So we're probably going to be doing about 3 videos in one here. So let's just start. It's about 3 minutes and 2 seconds. So hopefully we can get through this.
Screw this guy.
Oh my gosh. You know who can do that too, Dustin? The Tourette's guy. All it takes for him is just to shake his head just like you and making a face. Fuck Saul. Yeah, he can do that too. I can do that too.
This guy by the name of Evil Gangster did a video response to me.
Gee, I wonder what that video response is. I mean, you have been making video responses to other people in terms of other crap that you've been talking about too, and yet have coherently not made any sense in those.
Saying I should leave YouTube.
Well, I mean, if you can't handle the fact that when people start talking shit to you or at least give you criticism, then yeah, then you should probably leave YouTube. And I'm not one of those people that are just going to flat out call you ad hominems. I mean, I've done that to a numerous amount of people, but it's not without reason. But this is kind of one of those times where I really don't want to just dog on you unless I really have to get into that point, which we may once we watch the Black Lives Matter video here in just a few.
Let me tell you something straight up, Evil Gangster.
The internet tough guy syndrome. Beware, it's contagious.
I will never leave YouTube. I am not an idiot. I am not a loser.
Whoa, we got a badass here, guys. We got a badass here. Oh, come on. The moment you start hearing that, you know you can't take things seriously like this.
I will never leave the internet.
My gosh, you sound like one of those patrons from what was it called? It was like the Frank Murray show. I don't know what show was it. Basically, when you be like, you know, something you are the father, and he just reminded me of one of the guest stars, and he's like, "Give me back all my money." Just some cheesy, corny acting. Just how the dialogue is just pitched out from beneath there. I get it. We're 45 seconds in, but come on. I mean, I had to jump on that. I'll look it up here in just a moment.
Includes YouTube. If I see negative comments from other YouTubers making fun of me in the comment section on YouTube on my end, it will be blocked and deleted. My videos are not pointless. I am.
If your videos aren't pointless, then you wouldn't have actually gone, like, for example, the Black Lives Matter video, you wouldn't have actually just left the entire thing, for the majority of it, silent, without the voice, which I gave you some constructive criticism, by that way, on the issue at hand here. Furthermore, you would have addressed it deeper into depth and conversation, and also with detailed evidence and also some proof and detailed justification to why it was. Instead, you just went off reasons. You didn't really present it a strong enough case. You basically just went on to say that Black Lives Matter was a terrorist organization, when in fact it wasn't even classified as a terrorist organization. I mean, Trump would have said so, right? I mean, he did declare Antifa a terrorist organization, so why didn't he do that with Black Lives Matter? All right. It's because the Black Lives Matter movement is not a terrorist organization. Now, bear in mind, you know what? Actually, no. We'll get into that video, but let's just kind of go on, because I don't want to keep going off tangent, by the way.
I'm not an asshole. You cannot tell me to leave YouTube. You are not my boss. If you don't like my videos, then don't watch them, dumbass.
You know, people don't have to like your videos, and, you know, people don't really have to do anything, but they choose to, because if something's wrong with it, they're going to call it out. Just like if I actually have things wrong with my video, they're going to call it out, which I've had that before too, and I've had issues with shit. But, like, I'm not going to leave YouTube because some dumbasses on my end decide to, you know, get on my case for shit that happened over, like, a few years or a year back because of some stupid bullshit. Or something that I just feel like I'm passionate or just feel very strong about. At the end of the day, it doesn't really get to me. I mean, does it annoy? Yeah, because it bothers me in a way that I just have to keep repeating myself. Not really on the context of the subject, but it bothers me. If something like that bothers you, who fucking cares? At the end of the day, why should it really bother you?
You say to me in your video, no offense, and you say that you're not trying to be rude, when clearly you are being rude and are being offensive.
Okay, can you give me some examples? That way I could actually research this, because this is one of the problems you make in the video, is that you say something, but you don't provide the actual clear evidence, you just say it out of your mouth. You can't really just take something at face value before that. I mean, yes, I haven't seen the video response, granted, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for that. But this is kind of the constant reminder that I'm going to actually keep pitching forward. If you don't present actual evidence or the actual areas of what this person said, that becomes a problem.
Asperger's is spelled A-S-P-E-R.
You mean Asperger's? Sorry to be a grammar Nazi, but like, ugh, sorry. That's just a little bit cringe on my end, or on your end. Sorry.
G-E-R''S.
And by the way, it's the Murray Show, so just Maury Show. My bad.
Dumbass. Not A-S-S-B-U-R-G-E-R.
That was like perfect timing, right when I was actually correcting myself, when he said dumbass.
Or ''S, Asperger's. Dumb fuck.
Okay, so we're just ad hominem at this point. Ad hominem. Sorry.
You should do your research on developmental disabilities, dumbass.
Okay, well, the same person to you who doesn't do his research on the entirety of the Black Lives Matter movement. Or abortion, for that matter. In the political spectrum, because I haven't even seen that video yet, and I already can guarantee that it's probably not going to be in full depth or in full disclosure of actual either subjective or objective material here, and it's just basically him talking at his ass. And we're going to watch that one next, too, by the way.
You don't know how autism/Asperger's works.
Not going to throw that on you, but, like, you really need to watch, what you throw out there, because some people can use that against you. Just saying.
You are an idiot and a loser, not me.
Says the guy who's been making multiple videos in one span of a day over certain subject matters and getting all butthurt because someone called you a name or someone called you things you didn't like. Hypocritical of me to make a video addressing the fact that I have idiots that want to get on to me for shit that I did, but again, at the end of the day, it's just fucking stupid shit. It's not worth going into full detail over.
And finally, if you're going to make fun of me on YouTube, then I suggest you keep my name out of your damn mouth.
Dustin Nunn, your name is plastered as your username on YouTube. What else would you... You should have just picked a username and just not said anything. I mean, I can't say anything now about my name, and I'm not trying to make it about me, but, like, I intro my name in my intro videos. You know, I say, hello everyone, Justin Woodbow, the ThrashMetalGuru here. You know, I say that in my videos. Your name, on the other end, is plastered all over for YouTube to see, so you really can't make that argument of people using your name when you're using your actual name as your username. So, in other words, you just shot yourself in the foot there. And we're at 11 minutes.
Anyways, if you're going to make a response video back to me, I'm not going to bother watching it.
So you made a response video to something that you didn't watch. So I'm going to have to actually watch the other side of this video so that way I have full context, because you didn't watch it, and so this is what really drives me nuts. Oh my gosh! So you didn't even read the other side of the context of this area here. My gosh.
It doesn't sign off.
Okay, well, he's done with that one. Let's see what else he has. So yes, I'm actually going to scroll through like this. I know it's kind of lazy on my end, but the 6 reasons why abortion clinics need to be destroyed. Let's just start with this one right here, because I'm going to read this one, and then we're going to go into the Black Lives Matter one. And this is 1 minute and 46 seconds, by the way.
Hey everyone, Dustin here.
Hello again.
And I have 5 reasons why abortion is wrong.
Now, I'm not really going to try to be into the center of the controversy here because, again, I respect people's beliefs of what they believe and what they do not believe, and if it makes someone uncomfortable with this, I don't blame you one bit. I'm a person who respects the body of a woman. If a woman chooses to do something with her body, that's her decision. It's not my decision at the end of the day. I want to make that completely clear. Am I very comfortable with that sort of thing? Not really. I know that's kind of ironic, but at the end of the day, I respect it. It's like I said, it's a very complicated matter, but I respect it at the end of the day, and that's my stance on it. So I want to make that absolutely clear on my terms with that. So just throwing it out there.
1. It is not right to murder a baby that was conceived from rape and incest. 2.
No wonder why it's so fucking controversial. And yes, I'm getting into the cursing zone right here. And again, I know this is a very complicated matter on this, and there are people who believe differently that abortion is wrong, and I can actually respect their beliefs, but they don't resort to this particular instance. And they've actually admitted to me that that's actually something that really is a very bothersome part of the subject. But for you right there, Dustin, let me just make sure I heard you right. That way I'm not confusing the matter. But I want to hear this again just to be sure.
See, from rape and murder a baby that was to murder a baby.
I apologize.
It is not right.
It is not right
to murder a baby that was conceived from rape and incest.
But the woman didn't want it to begin with. Okay, if the person who is the subject of rape did not want that in the first place, she should not have to go through that sort of shit. That is not for anyone to fucking choose over. Now, I am going to say that it's a horrible thing that a baby would actually have to die, but again, it's a very uncomfortable subject matter, and it bothers me. Even as a Christian, it bothers me. But at the end of the day, it's a woman's decision and a woman's right to choose what she wants or needs to do. And that's something I think we're all kind of missing the point on. Is it a comfortable subject matter? Absolutely not. But no one has any control over what a woman can do. They have the right to their own body, and we need to keep it that way.
2, it is not right to murder a baby when the baby in the mother's womb is fully grown after 9 months of pregnancy.
Okay, I can actually give you this one, because this is something I've actually kept in the front of my mind as well too. If you were given that much time and you did not do it within the 9-month process, then I feel like, yes, okay, that's where it extends to. I can actually give you that one. First one, no. Second one, yes. So, benefit of the doubt on that one. So, good on you.
3, an abortion is an abortion. Period. Enough said.
That's the same as the first reason. It is wrong to kill a baby. You said in the first reason that. Reason 3 is the same as reason 1. You're doing the exact same thing you did with the Black Lives Matter video.
4. Abortion is and always forever will be murder.
It's the same fucking. 3 and 4 is the same reason as 1. Can you be a little bit more out there in terms of logic and reasoning here? Give me more of a convincing reason rather than just repeat the same damn thing just in a different type of way.
Abortion is and always forever will be murder.
Same as reason
and
1.
5. The sick-minded blood relatives / rapists are the ones who deserve to be killed and not the baby in the mother's womb.
Wait a minute. Did I hear this right?
Are the ones who deserve to be killed and not the baby in the mother's womb.
Shut up. Hold on. I want to make sure I heard this completely right here. Did you just contradict the fucking reason behind what you just said from the first one?
The sick-minded blood relatives / rapists are the ones who deserve to be killed and not the baby in the mother's womb.
Okay, maybe he didn't contradict himself, but like I was about to go off on a fucking like rant on that for a moment, but and I'm not saying that it's a comfortable process, and like I said, I was fixing to flip my shit there for a moment, but I kind of like I played it again just to make sure I wasn't hearing that incorrectly, which I guess I sort of did, but again, it still in a way contradicts how people feel when a rapist or a relative who rapes a woman or someone of their blood relevancy, and then they end up having to conceive that child, which is bullshit because that's not something that they wanted to begin with. So this video, we're not even done yet. It's like a few seconds in, it's already just these 5 reasons were not even they weren't even constructed in an intelligent way. It was just blank here, and here's the reason why. Here is basically the points behind that reason. There was nothing. It was just 5 reasons. There you go. Same reason number 1 was this. Reason number 2 was this. Reason number 3 and 4. This is the same as 1. And reason 5 was this. There was nothing constructive about that. There was nothing productive about this video here. It was just 5 reasons, without backing up the claim.
Hey, Damien Skyfire.
Oh, we're going to drag Damien Skyfire into this, the guy who actually owned your ass.
Let's see you respond to that, you sick fuck.
Oh, but I'm the one responding to you on this one too, and I'm pretty sure he's responding to you on that one. See, here's the thing about that, Dustin Nunn. You know, if you're going to do shit like this, expect the heat to come back to you. Especially to guys like me, because I'm a little bit more blunt about this. Don't fuck with people. Okay? And I'm not saying that to be an internet tough guy, but when you fuck with people, they fuck with you right back. Okay? When you're fucking with Damien Skyfire, you're fucking with people like me and others, because Damien Skyfire is a well-respected YouTuber amongst our personal crowd and amongst with other people. When you fuck with him, you're fucking with people like me. Just want to make that clear.
And if you make another response video, I'm not even going to bother watching it.
Hence the reason why you fail. You don't watch and you don't do your own research. If you really want to understand the person you're responding to, watch the video and understand the context behind what they're saying. Rather than make the video and saying, oh, I'm not going to watch the video, when clearly you haven't watched it, and you're not going to present your points with any strong evidence or reasons otherwise. Get bent.
This is Dustin signing off.
Signing off as well. Well, okay. Well, why don't we actually take one more trip down dumbass lane here. Sorry. But I really want to find that Black Lives Matter one. Where did that one go? No. Ah, here it is. 19 reasons. And how long is this one? It's 4 minutes and 56 seconds, but you know, we have time for that.
Today, in this video, I have 19 reasons why BLM, Black Lives Matter, is a terrorist group.
Bear in mind, I've seen this one right here, and it's mostly just like empty silence for like the majority of the video, and basically some of the reasons are the exact same as before. So I'm going to subjugate myself to this, and that way I can get this uploaded, and for you guys to do whatever the fuck you wish. I'll probably put my own commentary on this.
1. They riot, destroy property, destroy vehicles, and murder innocent people, including police officers.
Okay, well, there's actually many flaws with that, claim that you're making right there, but yes, I understand. Now, I'm not saying this as a whole, because not everyone in Black Lives Matter as a whole is like that, because Black Lives Matter is supposed to bring the issues of today's issues of racial injustice to the world. Black lives do matter. They do matter just as much right now in this point in time than other lives right now. Now, the thing about it is that I didn't understand Black Lives Matter back then as much as I do now. And it's nothing against that. I just believe that every life actually does have a meaning and a matter for purpose, and that no matter is less than another. But right now, at this moment, at this particular moment, because with all that shit going on with police brutality and corruption going on, Black lives do, in fact, matter very much. Now, I am not going to be there like you to generalize the entirety of Black Lives Matter as a whole as a terrorist organization, but benefit of the doubt in certain regards of an argument that there is certain corruption or certain type of people in that organization that give a bad reflection or a bad name to that group because of the things that they do. That does not mean as a whole that is a terrorist organization. So don't use generalizations to justify it, because not everyone is like this.
2. They shove their rights down people's throats. 3.
Okay, so what about people like Westboro Baptist Church? What about people like, white supremacy? What about even the police officers that are pretty much bending the rules and the law to their own personal, their own personal gain? We're not going to pay attention to that shit? What about the politicians? What about all that? What about all the corruption happening with that? We're not going to focus on that shit. We're just going to focus mainly on this one because you just believe so-and-so it's a terrorist organization because so-and-so, and you're not. We're just supposed to take what you say at face value with no provided evidence whatsoever?
They spray graffiti everywhere. 4. They are terrorists to the USA and other countries.
Even though Donald Trump never declared Black Lives Matter as a terrorist organization, even though he declared Antifa as a terrorist organization. It's all on there. If you want to research it up, just go ahead and type it in.
Because when you riot, destroy property, destroy vehicles, and murder innocent people, including police officers, you are a terrorist to your own country. Okay,
so you're not going to question the officer that murdered Floyd? As much as I really don't, I didn't really know nobody really knew as much about him and some of the things that he did, and there are some things that he did that are completely questionable. as a person or as a human being. However, though, what that police officer did to Floyd was in fact wrong. Let me put this into you in a very basic manner, in one of my favorite comic book heroes. If Batman wouldn't kill the Joker, then the police officer shouldn't have killed George Floyd, regardless.
And or countries. 5, they BLM to fund the police.
Show me some fucking evidence of where that is actually happening. Because I'm pretty sure that's, I mean, yeah, it's a controversial subject. I'm on that as well, but you're not going to find any factual evidence of that as a whole. I mean, I'm pretty sure a majority of people, not just BLM, are just feeling the exact same way. There's a whole lot of people who feel that way. Come on.
6, BLM are racist.
Generalizations. Same exact reasons.
7, they support black-on-black murder. And there are non-blacks who support BLM and non-blacks who also support murdering black people and defunding the police. 8, they destroy country-related flags.
The same thing as vandalism. But again, like, I'm pretty sure not everyone who is in BLM does the exact same thing. You don't have any understanding fully of what Black Lives Matter is supposed to be, don't you? You're not even giving it a chance. I bet you've actually, if you opened your mind up a little bit to what's going on around, I think you would understand more. But no, you choose to close it off and you just spread fucking stupid ass ignorant reasons without backing up, without a shred of evidence, with just like the same other 2 fucking videos that I watched. You don't back it up.
For example, here in the USA, BLM burned up the USA flag.
And shame on the certain people in those groups that represent Black Lives Matter. But again, not as a whole. You can't just generalize an entirety of it. Fucking hell. That's like saying that everyone who supports the civil rights is a racist because when one person if one or a few people got angry in a civil rights thing and they start blaming whites for doing this, then it becomes a racial issue. That doesn't make any sense. Black Lives Matter is not basically founded upon destroying America that way. Hell, I've seen more shit out of Antifa than I've seen out of that.
9, they think everything is about them and not other people. 10, they hate non-blacks, including whites/Caucasians. 11, pro wrestling companies, including WWE, AEW, and vice versa, and non-pro wrestling sports company.
He's also doing a response to Stephen Townbridge on that particular video, and he doesn't really play the audio. It's actually through his headphones, by the way, so you don't get to hear it. And this is basically the constructive criticism I've given him, which I really think he should have done, is to take the headphones out, get some speakers, and play the audio so that way we can understand what he's responding to. But you don't hear that.
Support Black Lives Matter.
And I don't really give a shit about WWE anymore. So I'm not really going to bother arguing on that subject matter because it's no disrespect to some of my favorite wrestlers that are still on WWE or the ones who've left WWE. It's no offense to them, but as a company right now, it's gone to shit. So I couldn't care less.
Which means they support terrorism. 12. News media networks, except for Fox News, supports BLM, which means they support terrorism.
Don't believe everything that you read on the fucking news. I don't even buy for a fucking second about anything on the news media about supporting or defending or against right now because, again, it's just a lot of shit that's just spun out. Now, as much as I really will give you so much flack for that, I will say that the media itself is, twisted and crooked in a way. So don't trust everything that you read on news media. But if you're just gonna just take it all from face value from news media or from other places, then my gosh, we're just fucked.
13. Most people who don't think BLM is a terrorist group have rocks in their head, have rocks for brains.
Oh, we're the dumb ones. Okay, we're just going to ignore the police brutalities that have been going on. We're just going to also ignore the fact that, and no disrespect to anyone who's a Trump supporter, okay? If you like Trump, that's fine. I'm not going to throw that against you. And I just think, in my own opinion, that he's a fucking dumbass who doesn't get his shit together. And I'm not a Democrat for saying that. I'm actually an independent, also centrist, and believe the Republican Democratic area. That guy doesn't have his shit together. He doesn't. But I will give him credit because labeling Antifa as a terrorist organization, I'll give him credit for that. But he didn't do that to BLM. I can give him credit for that too, because maybe he recognized that too. I don't know. He could be a racist for all I know. I don't fully know. At least I can admit that shit.
Like the people who responded back to me and YouTube videos about Black Lives Matter, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck people like me and fuck other people trying to actually talk some sense into you right now, because again, you're going to basically label an entire organization as a whole a terrorist organization without backing up sources and claims saying that every single person involved in that matter is like that. Okay.
They have rocks for brains.
Says the guy who does not provide the evidence or the structural foundation of arguments or the points to justify said claims.
And for those of you who responded to me in the past, fuck you.
Well, I guess he's not saying fuck me, because this is my first time ever responding to them. So I hope I get that fuck you right at me. So I'm just hoping.
"14. Black Lives Matter wants to murder President Trump. They want to murder President Trump."
Oh, the moment you hear the shit, the moment you hear that, the moment is just when you can just laugh your ass off to the point where you're just sweating, just unimaginably, into the unconscious point of where you just want to flat out just laugh. I don't even think he is just. Oh my gosh. I can't even take that orange turd seriously. Ugh.
15. They destroy statues.
Same thing as vandalism, you stupid prick.
16. They're trying to erase history.
Okay, well, I mean, like I said, there are certain people in that part of the group that have been defacing things like the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, even Graceland, which that just... Martin Luther King Jr. Statue Memorial and Graceland, those are the two that really just, that hurt me the most, because those are actually some of my favorite places to go. And that shit hits me, because one of them was in my old hometown in Atlanta, and the other one was in Tennessee. There was even a vandalism in San Francisco over a Union general. And I'm pretty sure that this Union general wasn't for slavery. Now, I don't mind the Confederate statues and stuff like that being removed. Though I will say, with the exception, I don't really think anything should happen to the Stone Mountain carving, because that is a big monumental piece of work. And as for Mount Rushmore, really, I mean, yeah, maybe some of those presidents on there had owned slaves, but did we forget the fact that Abraham Lincoln's face is on that? One of the presidents, sorry, the president who ended slavery. But anyway, but again, I know not every person who represents Black Lives Matter is like that. I know they're a whole lot better than that. Believe me when I say that.
17. The Democrats support BLM, and that support...
Yeah, the Democrats. The very moment you hear that fucking thing right there, or the argument, oh, the Democrats. Oh, the Democrats. Oh, what about the Republicans? The Republicans are doing this. The Democrats. I hate this political fucking excuse of a battle between people. Oh, the Democrats want this. No, the Republicans want this to happen. Democrats, Republicans. Shut the fuck up about that. It's shit like that nothing gets done, because you just blame the other side for something when both of you guys are just as much as corrupt as the next. Excuse me one second. I had dust all over the lamp, so I gotta spray that shit. But I don't want to fucking hear, oh, because the Democrats want this to happen, or they support Black Lives Matter, therefore they support terrorism. That's like saying Republicans support Nazis or fascism at that point, which doesn't make any sense because not every Republican does that. The majority of Republicans don't do that, just like the majority of Democrats don't support fucking Antifa or whatnot. Get your head out of your ass, man. The Democrats. One of my favorite musicians. He's one of my favorite musicians up to this point, because one of my biggest regrets, because I hadn't really listened much of Foo Fighters, by the way, but one of my biggest regrets was not listening to much of Foo Fighters. And I found out, one of my, Dave Grohl, who happens to be another favorite new musician of mine, he's a Democrat. But you know what? You don't see him flaunting his beliefs at people, or forcing them down people's throats, or blaming Republicans, or blaming a political system. Not because he's a celebrity, but, the guy's the most humble guy to ever come down to earth and shit. You know why? He doesn't use that as an excuse. Just like I don't use that shit as an excuse. Just like other people who are sane don't use Republicans or Democrats as a scapegoat for a justified excuse. It's fucking lame.
Supporting terrorism. 18. BLM members need to be arrested and be given a death penalty.
Oh, okay, that's some dangerous fucking bullshit right there. So that's like saying anyone who peacefully protests need to get shot. Because again, we don't have a full clearance on Black Lives Matter. You're generalizing people. You're saying the entirety of it as a whole when not everyone in that said organization condones that sort of thing. And therefore you're saying that anyone who either is or supporting Black Lives Matter needs to be arrested and executed. Yeah, way to be responsible for a lot of murders and deaths that are unwanted and unjustified, and for innocent people to die. That would be on you. Hooray, you have about over 1 million people's blood on your hands, if that ever came to be. Dumbass.
And finally, number 19, famous celebrities support BLM and now supporting terrorism.
No, there's also businesses supporting Black Lives Matter because they see the issues of things that are going on. For you to be so condescending on people just because they, are trying to support a belief system that is actually trying to do the better for humanity, because they stand behind the race of African Americans, not even just for African Americans, but for those that are not of that race, of other people. Okay? We're talking about Black Lives. I've said that poorly. Let me rephrase that. They are supporting Black lives because they are lives that have been treated so disrespectfully by police and others. It's sickening and it needs to stop. We live in 2020. Had it not been for police brutality, oppression, racism, condescending, or what's the better word for it? Racial profiling or discrimination, we wouldn't be having issues like this. This is something that you fail to see because you don't fully understand the concept of what's going on here, and you just point and blame an entire group of people for some shit that you have absolutely no full comprehension of. I mean, I haven't even done much research on this, but it doesn't even take full much research to see what's going on. All you gotta do is really witness it. I've seen shit like that happen out here. There's protests and shit going on, and I can understand why. It's fucking bullshit.
Those are my 19 reasons.
Yeah, and not even justified or backed up.
Of why Black Lives Matter is, and always forever will be, a terrorist group. So anyways, for those of you who watch this video who have done video responses to me in the past saying, oh, Black Lives Matter is not a terrorist group, blah, 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 shut the fuck up.
Why don't you shut the fuck up, dude? Because you absolutely have no idea what the fuck you're going on about. Now, to some extent, maybe you do on maybe 1 or 2 points, but that's as far as that ever goes. Out of the 19 reasons that you have, did you really fully justify and back those up with any claims or citations or anything like that? No. You just spouted off reasons, and you basically are just proclaiming that as fact. So, I'm going to read off a reply I made to him. Let's see. Oh, no, actually, that reply does not seem to be there. Well. Shit. Either that or maybe I responded to a different video. I don't know. But I'm not going to flip my shit over. So, 40 minutes is there. I'm going to end this right here. Dustin Nunn, really, man, grow the fuck up. If you can't handle the shit that comes your way, then you don't really need to be on YouTube. You know, I've been really patient on things, and, you know, I'm just surprised I haven't really blown my fucking shit. This is nowhere close. So I'm just going to sign off here and just saying, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a wonderful day. Dustin Nunn, get a 6th grader's textbook on history or whatnot and brush up on it. Maybe you'll understand why people are so upset about shit going on. Anyway, I'm done. Response over. You guys have a wonderful day.